Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo. I'm a lover of all things nail polish, TV shows, makeup, movies, games, all sorts of things. My hope is that you come to my channel, find something that you like, and hit the subscribe button because I would love to have you. But enough about that. I am so excited to be swatching this collection today. It is our first Holo Taco collection of the year, and we're starting off 2024 right. This is the I Need Space collection from Holo Taco, which is a themed themed 5-piece collection. And as soon as I saw this, I was just like, ah! First of all, I do love space, but like I also love reds. So this has some reds, it has some blacks, some greens, and I'm just so excited about this collection. It is gorgeous, and I'm glad that we didn't get our first collection until February because we had the after party collection, which came out late November. So it felt like we had a nice break in between collections, and I'm ready to get the year started with Holo Taco. So I've got some bottle shots here, some unboxing. What a fun box this is. So I'm also going to be playing around with the format a little bit on terms of my full main nail videos. So I'll probably be mixing in the voiceover, which I normally do with me. Sometimes you'll have like an intro and an outro from me, sometimes you won't. I'm just trying to streamline my videos, make them a little bit shorter in the sense that like I don't spend so much time on like the actual swatchings. I won't be swatching like my whole hand. I'll be just doing one finger, but I'm just going to be testing a few things over the next few months. So bear with me if you see me doing videos in different styles. I'm just trying to test out and see what would be the best going forward to keep my videos super streamlined. Okay, anyway, go. So first up, we have a solo mission. So when I look at this one in the bottle, it looks like it's a very like taupey, blushy, sort of pinky taupey family, and it looks like it's in a jelly base with some scattered, maybe hollow. I can see gold. I just don't know if that's like gold glitter or like gold hollow, gold multi glitter. And then there's also some flakies in there. I think if I remember correctly, Christine said this was like a new formula for her. Maybe not a new formula, maybe just like a new combination, because they do the flakies, but they haven't done the flakies in this sort of combination before. So the thing that I really like about this one is it's a really great neutral shade. Now there's a lot of people out there who don't like super intense polishes, or maybe like for your job you can't have something that's like super crazy like a yellow or a green. So this might be a really good alternative because it's a really nice neutral base, and then you do get some flakies in there, so you get some definition and you get some really fun things in there without it being like too over the top. I didn't think I would like this one. When I saw it, I was like, well, I don't know if I like that one. But having seen it on my skin tone, I think it's really pretty. And I think like the flakies with the glitter and the hollow and then the nice sheer base just add to making this like really dynamic. And I do really like this polish in the collection. Also, apologizing ahead of time. I don't know why, but like the Holo Taco bottles, they tend to show fingerprints more than anybody else. And I swear I cleaned all of these with like a Lysol wipe, but I guess I need to go back over them with like a microfiber cloth too. Sorry if you see any smudges on the bottles. I tried. I'm just gonna have to be better at handling them or cleaning them. All right, we're moving on to Or Bite Me. So I knew this was gonna be one of my favorite ones, and before like I watched the live stream and I heard like Christine describe it, it struck me as like a vampy kind of like a vampy red, like if vampires were in space. Funny enough, that's kind of what Christine said. So this one looks like it looks like that crushed hollow formula that we had for the Hollow Barista collection, which came out last year. Actually, it came out in January of last year. But this one is a red crushed hollow. I'm pretty sure. I could look it up, but I like to just kind of go off the top of my head based on my own description. But it looks like it's that crushed hollow formula in this beautiful, deep, like wine blood red kind of color, which I feel like is complementary to like any skin tone. And I love this crushed hollow formula. I would love to see like more collections. You know what would be fun? Like a rainbow crushed hollow formula, I think would be really, really fun. I guess we'll see what we get in terms of the rainbow for summer. You never know with hollow taco. They're full of surprises. But I think this one is just so dynamic. I like all the different, I'm assuming, micro glitters packed in there. And of course, I love reds. So this is easily, definitely one of my favorites of the collection. And I could wear this any time of year. Next up, we have I'm Rover It. Man, I frigging love this one so much. It's probably my favorite, which is hard to say because they're all really beautiful. But this one is a red multichrome. If I had to guess, I could say that I think I see like some gold at a different shift, and then it also has a shimmer running throughout it. I think it's like a goldy sort of orangey shimmer, but I frigging love this one so much. It is so beautiful, and this collection was heavily inspired by Mars, and I feel like this one reminds me of Mars the most, if that makes sense. If you've ever seen like any sort of NASA specials on Mars, I think like when I look at this one, it invokes Mars the most to me. And it has so much packed in there, and then you have the multi-chrome with like I can see the same type of micro glitters that they used in Or Bite Me, but I think there's a little bit less of them. And then you have the shimmer. This one is just absolutely gorgeous, and it is definitely hands down my favorite of the collection. I kind of wanted to buy like a few bottles of this, but like I have so much nail polish that I would never wear anything consistently, but like I could see myself wearing this like for a few weeks on end. It's just so freaking pretty. I love it so much. Next up, we have Alien Invasion. And funny enough, I think this is the one that a lot of people were really excited about, at least from like watching the live stream. They said it was the cousin to one of Sophia's polishes for Simply. I'm trying to think. I think it must be Spirit Fingers that the one that this looks like. Yeah, I mean it does resemble Spirit Fingers, so I could definitely see this one being the cousin. I could also definitely see this being like Sophia's vibe. So it is a green multichrome. Is it a multichrome? I think it's a multichrome. Maybe it's just a shimmer. It is like a green gold shimmer shift, and I think this one is the one that comes across, at least in the bottle, because I was like, I don't know if I like that one. In the bottle, I wasn't sure if I liked it, just in relation to like the other ones. And when I put it on, I was like, oh, okay, she's a mood. Let's see what a second coat looks like. And the second coat really does this one for me. Like getting that second coat in there, I just think the shimmer in here is so pretty. I think it would be fun to look at this one right up against Spirit Fingers. I think those would be fun to do some nail art with Spirit Fingers and Alien Invasion, but I can see why everybody really liked this one. I still can't say that it's like my favorite of the collection, but I definitely like it a lot more on my skin tone than I do in the bottle. Last up, we have Waste of Space. And this is the one that I was kind of most surprised for because it looks amazing in the bottle, but it is in a black jelly base, and then there's so many different glitters in there and some hollow. So a lot of times when you have things in a jelly base, you really have to do more than one coat, maybe even 3 or 4 coats to really get that full opacity if that's what you're looking for. But normally, when you put on the first coat, it doesn't usually look that great, but once you let it dry and you put on a second coat, then you really get to see it shine because you get that layering effect. And for me, this one makes me think the most of just like empty space, like, looking out at space in sense of a nebula. And I think this one is such a really good addition to the collection. And I really adore this one way more than I thought I would. And it's just kind of like the fun of swatching things. Like you look at it in the bottle, and then when you start swatching it on your skin tone, you can fall even more in love with it. And considering how much I genuinely love space, this one invokes space for me. So like when I wear it, that's what I think about. I think like a nebula in the middle of space. So next up, I have some comparisons so you can kind of see them all next to each other and we can kind of take a look at that. Okay, moving on. So next up, I've got some comparisons in just a minute. I just kind of wanted to also gauge your opinion. Just let me know in the comments. Normally, I do a peely base coat when I swatch, but realistically, I do pretty quick swatching because I'm not wearing them. I'm just doing them for swatching. So I decided to forego a base coat on this one, and I think it looks just as good as it were if I were wearing a base coat. I'm still doing a top coat, and I'm just using like an Orly quick drying top coat, something that's super thin that I can get a nice, smooth, even finish. So let me know if there's anybody who has their own channel or just likes to do swatches. Do you guys do a base coat? I used to, but speaking of time wise, I just don't think it's necessary, especially if I'm going to take this off immediately anyway. But just let me know in the comments below. All right, so we got some comparisons there so you can see them all up against each other. It's really hard to pick favorites. Well, I mean, that's a lie. That's not true. So I knew my favorites, like when I first saw the collection, would definitely be Or Bite Me and I'm Rover It. So those remain to be true. Those are definitely my top two. And then I do really love Waste of Space. And I think those three are the ones, at least for me, that invoke space the most. And the specifically, like I can see the Mars inspiration as well. But I really love this collection. I thought this collection was really, really great. I love the box, as always. I mean, the boxes from Holo Taco are really amazing. And it's really interesting to kind of listen to hear her say that, like, they do the boxes first. Because I guess it would be interesting to sort of finalize the box first when you're still working out the shades. But, you know, she's very transparent with us, so it's an interesting process. Someday I would love her to do like a full-on behind-the-scenes video where she takes us through the process start to finish. Could be like a 5-hour video, but like well, maybe I'd watch it in parts. So this is the Holo Taco I Need Space collection. Let me know in the comments below, did you guys pick up the whole collection? Did you just pick up a couple? And if so, which ones? I also got the rose gold, not the rose gold, no, it is rose gold, the rose gold flaky. This was launched as part of the declassified in December, and I bought a couple of the other declassifieds, and then I kind of decided if they did restock it, I would get it with this collection. They did restock it, so I ended up getting that one too. So yeah, I've created some different wheels. So I think I'm gonna do like some spin the wheel holo combos. I haven't decided if I'm just gonna do those as shorts or maybe like main videos. Maybe I'll do a mix of both, so keep an eye out for that. You can always see full swatches and reels and all sorts of stuff on my Instagram too, so give me a follow there if you're interested. And then I have a ton of stuff on the shorts page, almost exclusively nail content, so if you're ever interested, I usually keep it flowing with the shorts content as well. Well, that's been my time. I thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you later. Bye!